Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and doing another Aether Revolt Intermediate Swiss Draft League. If you like the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much. Okay, there's only two picks in here I think that are worthy of taking. So we've got Brawl's Expertise. There's actually just a lot of good cards in here, but only two that are worthy of first pick. It's Ridgescale Tusker or Brawl's Expertise, and I think I'm actually going to go with the Tusker. Ordinarily I might actually choose the Expertise over it, but I've been playing a lot of blue-black in the videos, as some commenters have noticed, so why not take the Tusker, which is just an amazing card too. But yeah, there's Expertise, Revolutionary, Caught in the Bright Staring, Demolition, so plenty of good cards in here, but just definitely going Tusker because it is so good. So follow-up pick to the Tusker. Well, Lifecrafter's Gift, it works pretty amazingly well with the Tusker. It does seem a bit early to take it, but the best card in this pack otherwise is probably Shock. Hidden Stockpile is a lot of fun. The Admiral's only okay. I haven't been blown away by this card. Admittedly, I haven't seen it a ton. There's also an Aether Herder, which is playable but never super exciting, especially in green. We're just going to take the gift. It's definitely early, but green, a lot of +1/+1 counter synergies. This card can be a complete and utter blowout, and often it is, so let's just take it. A lot of times it's a 2-for-1, and it can even be a 3-for-1, right? If you count the putting counters on a creature as a card. Oftentimes you can have two creatures kill whatever they're being blocked by or whatever they're blocking and get a bunch of big boosts, so just really good. More good green cards flowing. There's a couple more white cards in here, another stockpile. We're going to take the Druid of the Cowl here over the second gift and be happy about it. So, seems good. Let's take it. Okay, what do we got now? Unbridled Growth, Narnum Renegade. Both are good. Unbridled Growth lets us get some Revolt synergies. Here's a Revolt payoff. But I think I'm going to take the Renegade because Death Touch is good. Death Touch is good, and we're more likely to want to go down the... I mean, that's not necessarily true. I was going to say we're more likely to want to go down the... Well, I guess they're both Revolt cards. This has the +1/+1 counter synergies, though, even if you don't end up with a ton of Revolt payoffs, right? So Gift still has pretty high upside with Renegade, so let's take it. What do we got here? So we've got Inspiring Statuary. We don't have any artifacts, so this does, in fact... I mean, it's a 3-mana little mana rock. It's not great. There's not much of anything else in here, though. There's a Gear Per Osprey, there's an Aerial Modification, both of which aren't super exciting. We could just take the Statuary in case our deck ends up a little bit fatter. If we're a little bit on the fat side, Statuary can be good. We'll take it. I'm not, I always pass it, but there's really nothing worth taking here. Neither of these are worth going into white for. Night Market Guard is so replaceable that I don't even care if I get it or not. So let's just take the rare that possibly could have a payoff. So there's an Aether Thief in here, which is fairly late, but not sure I want to start going down the energy path. I absolutely can. Here I might just take the Growth. I like Unbridled Growth a lot. This is a really fantastic card. I love what it does. Synergizes well with a lot of cards in the format. It's on color, cuts the last green card from this pack. There's also an Automaton in here, a Hinterland Drake. So there are absolutely some good blue cards, but I would prefer, if I'm in, I mean, green-blue is fine. I'm certainly okay with it. Would prefer to be green-black, green-white, more so than green-blue, even green-red, but we'll see. Okay, Cavalry here and a Renegade map. Yeah, we're going to take the Cavalry. This card is fantastic. More +1/+1 counter synergies. It's a very late Poisoner. And like I said, the map. But let's go Cavalry. Cavalry is here. Okay, so we have a couple red cards that are playable, but not super exciting. Fen Hauler, same sort of thing. Playable, not super exciting. Ice Over. It's probably not too late to go into blue. Yeah, I guess we'll take the Ice Over. I mean, I could take the Fen Hauler. We're just not an improvised deck, though. I mean, we still, like I said, we could still end up with artifacts and make it work, but it just seems so unlikely. All right, we'll take the Ice Over. It just seems like nobody wants to be in blue, as per usual, so why not take blue cards? We can take Bastion Inventor here. Problem, of course, being, once again, we're not really yet going down the improvised path. We surely can. We can just take the Leave in the Dust here. Inventor definitely seems like it's the better card. I guess we'll take it. Okay, we'll take the Obsolescence over the Guard. Although Guard now does get better with Inventor. It's just it's such a replaceable, unexciting card. I think we'll take it anyway, just because usually you can totally main deck Natural Obsolescence, but you can get Appetite for the Unnatural out of pack 3, which is just a lot better. All right, I guess we'll take the Guard. I mean, Guard at least has some synergy with the Statuary too, right? Because then it becomes a Mana Rock of some sort. None of these are exciting. I guess we'll take the Crawler. Okay, take the Foil, take into custody. Get a Construct here. An Assembler. Sure. Midnight Entourage. You know, I haven't gotten to play this card yet, but we're definitely just looking at that Prey Upon. Our deck absolutely looks like a Prey Upon deck at this point, right? We got some fat in here, and our fat is ready to kill things. So we're going to take the Prey Upon. I guess it's fine with Renegade. You probably end up 2-for-1ing yourself, but we do have Cavalry, Tusker, Inventor. All of these are good with it, so we'll take it. Prey Upon. Good red cards in here. Okay, so we have Aether Seer, another Prey Upon, Chaser, Reverse Engineer, which I do like. Probably just take another Prey Upon. We need some kill spells. I like the Aether Seer a lot too. I don't like it as much as some people seem to, but yeah, I like it. Well and good enough. Here's a Daring Demolition. Could branch into black, but might as well just take the Prey Upon and not have to branch into a second color and get a spell that we're guaranteed to play. So I'll definitely take the Prey Upon over the Infusion. We're starting to look pretty good on removal. Still don't know exactly what I want to do, though. So we can take the Leopard here, but I think we got to go Druid. When in doubt, take the ramp. That's what I say. So probably wheel some blue again, maybe? We'll see. Definitely blue is open pack 1, so we can hope to see it again, but let's take the Druid here. I love to ramp. A third Prey Upon? I mean, we can. I don't have a problem with that. There's another crack at Daring Demolition, but same argument as before. Might as well just take the Prey Upon. Like, our deck needs some more fat now. We're not going to play this. Probably not going to play. If I showed you all the cards I don't want to play, I don't want to play these. I don't really want to play this. I mean, we can leave the Guard in, I guess. I really don't want to play any of these three at the very least. Everything else, I guess, seems okay. Don't really need the Herbalist, so we'll take the Prey Upon. Sure. A couple good red cards in there, definitely. Here's a Leopard. Leopard is at least very good with the Prey Upons, and it beats down relatively hard at least once, right? It's got Trample. It's good with buff spells like High... It's amazing with cards like High Spire and Fusion, as a matter of fact. Attack. I guess you have to do it while the trigger's on the stack if you're out of energy, but buff it again, turns into a 7-power Trampler. Pretty good. There's a Predicament in here. Let's take the Leopard. Another Leopard, Silkweaver Elite, fairly late Revolution. I mean, I'm not even opposed to going down mostly just a mono green path and supplementing when necessary, because all the green cards we have are pretty excellent, and Leopard actually is very good with Gift too, even without the +1/+1 counter. Just Turning into a 3/4 is very nice. Let's take the Leopard here. Okay, so there's Aether Herder. We have Verdant Automaton. So Automaton is good synergistically with Gift. It's good for Inventor. It's good with Statuary, although at this point, Statuary is looking like I probably don't care about it so much. Ice Over is looking more like a sideboard card. I can main deck it, but we're kind of focused on the Prey Upons, and we have the Gift already. I might actually just take the Automaton here. It's a good... I think synergistically speaking, it seems to make more sense for our deck than the Herder. Heroic Intervention. Now, I think I'm just going to take it here, but I don't know how I feel about this card. It's got to be pretty good. I think there's some decks where it's really good and some decks where it's actually, you probably shouldn't even run it. But this probably is a deck where it's going to be pretty good. Okay, so we can take the Elite now. We're seeing the blue cards wheeled Shock. I mean, I can just take Shock now. I don't really care about Silkweaver Elite, and the only 2 blue cards I have don't really matter that much. Okay, we'll take the Shock now. Okay, so we can take Infusion or Aether Seer. I probably want the Seer. Infusion is good. It's definitely good with the Leopards, like I said. Aether Seer is another creature, though. We're going to need at least 5 more. Not that we can't find that out of the next pack, but it's also good with the Fat that we have. It's even good on forcing... Well, yeah, we'll take the Seer over the Infusion. I think that is right. So we can take the Sailback. We can take the Moray. The Moray is good with the Leopards and the Aether Seer. The Sailback just brings us closer into the Shock territory. I don't think Red's going to be open pack 3. It was definitely open this pack, but Blue is open pack 1, so I'm going to take the Moray. All right, now I think I'll take the Herbalist over the second Moray. I don't really want Herbalist, though, to be honest. All right, I'll take another Moray. I'm actually going to take the Foil Forest. I shouldn't. I'll take the Taken into Custody. We'll cut the blue cards. We'll cut the blue. Okay. So pack 3 is where we should see blue again. And like I said, pack 2, definitely the red was open, but it doesn't matter. Let's see what Aetherworks Marvel is worth. I believe it was worth something for a while there, right? Is it a card worth playing? Yeah, it's worth 3 tickets, so we'll take it. Whenever a permanent you control is put into a graveyard, you get energy, and then you can pay 6. Look at top 6. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. We have the Morays, which kind of are cool with it. It's a payoff. The problem is we don't have a ton else. We're definitely going to take it. I think if this was a PTQ, you'd probably take the Seed Sculptor. Just more +1/+1 counter synergy stuff. But we'll take the Marvel. I don't know if I'm going to play it either. I don't have a ton of stuff going to the graveyard. But I like 3 tickets. So Servant of the Conduit, yet more ramp. There's a Theorist in here. But we'll take the Servant. Maybe we can consider the Marvel. And then we just probably find another Tiger would be nice. But we're doing good in the ramp department. That is for sure. I think this Statuary can probably just get out of our deck at this point. Our ramp spells are much better. So we have Era of Innovation. Artificers include, what, nothing? I don't see any I guess 1. So Era is probably not going to happen. No black cards worth going down the operative path. I could just take the Construct, which is a fine card. Some red in here, like we could take the Renegade. Bring back the Shock, perhaps. We're not heavily devoted to blue. And Renegade is quite good. Renegade is quite good. Am I going to... I don't think we care if we end up with Construct or not. So we'll take the Renegade. I mean, there's also the Lathnu Hellion, which is a bit of a beater. But I don't have enough energy to support it, and I don't like just being able to attack with it, basically. I guess you get to attack with it twice, but still. So there's an Inventor's Goggles. We're not really that deep, though, on the Artificers. We could take the Hermit. It's good with the Prey Upons. It's good with the Marvel. And then there's an Ambition. And a couple red cards. Built to Smash is... It's okay. There's also a Puzzle Knot. Puzzle Knot's quite good, actually. There's some decks that just will hate it that you're playing Puzzle Knot. They get hurt pretty badly by it. Goggles is good with the Prey Upons. We could use one more fat, especially if we don't end up in the Inventor territory. Probably take the Hermit. Maybe it can make this Marvel playable in our deck. I'm not super excited about it, but we'll do it. Okay, so now there's Takedown. Good sideboard card. We have the Artisan, which is okay too. It's an Artificer. There's another crack at Puzzle Knot. None of this is super exciting. I guess we'll go with the Artisan. We don't really have a ways. We don't have a way to deal with flyers anyway, so I guess we take Artisan. Still sort of trying to figure out what we're doing here. Oh, wow, Seed Sculptor and Rhino. I guess Rhino has to be better than Seed Sculptor, but they're both incredibly good. And a Pyro Helix in here, like I said, but let's take the Rhino. That's a late Rhino. So Sage is going to be good with Marvel. We have Malfunction, which is harder removal than Ice Over. And then we have Grub, which is better than Sage, but Sage probably a safer bet. It still feels like we're probably blue, right? Because we have all this energy production. We have a good amount of energy production now. All right. Let's take the Sage. There's a Prism in here too. These aren't worth splashing for though. We'll take the Sage. Ornamental Courage. Certainly a fine protection combat trick spell. It's actually pairs pretty well with Prey Upon too. You can end up attacking, they block Ornamental Courage, and maybe you even get enough toughness where you can Prey Upon post-combat for some good value. There's also a Sky Gate in here, which we don't need, so we'll take the Courage. There's a Gyroper Guide and a Wild Wanderer and a Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot. I mean, Puzzle Knot, as cool as it is with the Marvel, probably just go Guide. This card can take some games over. There's also a Select for Inspection, but we're actually good on tricks and removal. Let's get rid of the red. I think we're just on the blue path. This is fine. All of this is good. We'll probably play the Marvel. I'll give it a try. There's not like hyper-powered cards we can cheat out. Maybe Cavalry and Tusker, I guess. But, alright. Got the Tiger back. It's good news. This is actually a card I really wanted for the deck, so we'll take it over the Construct. With all this ramp, we definitely want the payoff, so we can so easily play 16 lands in here too. So we have a lot of cuts to make, a lot of good choices. Don't need any of this. Alright, rebuff. I got the Puzzle Knot. I don't think we're playing it though. As cool as it is, we're not playing it. So we have a lot of cuts to make, but our deck looks good. Our deck does look good. Can cut a ton of creatures. So this is interesting. I probably don't need to run, like, even though these artifacts do help us with our improvise, we have just ramp anyway, so we don't need to worry about that. I think we're going to cut a lot of creatures here, right? Basically, Hermit just looks like my weakest 5-drop. Like, granted, it helps us with the Marvel, but there's a chance I maybe don't even want to play the Marvel, so I don't have to worry about playing enough energy to make it work, because we can't really cheat the whenever a permanent you control is put into a graveyard, get an energy. Like, it basically just works with Unbridled Growth, which honestly I don't even want to run. Like, Unbridled Growth is basically just good for Marvel and Renegade, right? Do we even have any other oh, I guess it's good with Cavalry too, but I'm not feeling it. Like, we need to make space here. I think we can sideboard Ice Over probably. And then we probably just want to cut a ton of creatures. So let's cut maybe the Guard can go for sure. Probably the Hermit is going to go, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if I could get away with 15 lands for this deck, because we have 3 2-drop ramp, but I don't think it's worth it. We don't really have any card advantage, though. And the Murrays aren't super exciting either. They're basically just good for Marvel. I guess the real question is, should I be playing Marvel in this deck? Like, this is a constructed played card. I've seen it played in Limited to pretty good effect. It can cheat some things out. The total number of energy cards in our deck are, let's see, currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9's actually a lot more than I thought. Okay. I guess we could try it. Maybe we cut the Artisan, like it can block flyers, but maybe we just sideboard into it if we can't stop flyers. We do have some removal and tricks, like I said, so we're probably okay. And then I have to cut one more. What shall be the last creature cut? I mean, the nice thing is the energy of these are still very good with our leopards. Like turn 3 leopard, turn 4 attack for 4 trample, play a Murray, and you have 4 more turns of... Like, that's very efficient. And Rhino, too, very good with the Murray. So, the nice thing is our energy cards don't necessarily need Marvel to be good. But it's cool that I can just play this and maybe look at the top 6. It's okay. I don't know. I'm going to play Marvel because it's a mythic and it's interesting and people probably want to see what it can do, myself included. So maybe we just cut the construct because it's kind of whatever anyway, and we want to make sure we have enough top end. And that way we have, what, 3 prey? You know, honestly, we could even cut... We could probably find another creature to cut, probably. And bring in, like, the Ice Over if I wanted. But I don't need to. I mean, I can. Might be worth considering. What's the weakest creature in our deck? It's probably Verdant Automaton, which basically what just works with the gift and helps us ramp for our Inventor, or Sage of Shayla's Claim. But I kind of like Sage in here with double Leopard, Rhino, Marvel, Aether Seer, Tiger. Yeah. Automaton's more of like a late game plan, right? Not that that's bad. It's good. It's just probably don't need it. There's also Gear Per Guide, but I almost think I like the guide more than the Automaton. There's just sometimes your opponent's not going to be able to... Like, there's actually times where this activated ability just wins the game, right? Say you've got a big Tusker, and they're sitting on a team of Thopters and Rhino, or Thopters and Servos. You can just cheat right on by them and kill them. So, Gear Per Guide's ability, I think, is actually more useful than Verdant Automaton's. So, let's swap. Let's just do it like this. Oh, wait. I don't even need to cut the Automaton? No. I wanted to bring in the Ice Over. That's why I was cut. I was like, why am I doing that? No, it makes sense now. So, yeah. 16 lands for sure. Triple 2-drop ramp. We're good. We are good. This deck's cool. I mean, this deck's cool. Definitely. Synergy-wise, we ended up more of an energy deck. Not that that's a big deal, because we have plenty of enablers plus a big payoff. And all of these dudes are payoffs too. So we have plenty of payoffs for our energy. We have plenty of ramp. We have some big, powerful stuff at the top, right? The Tiger, the Tusker, the Cavalry, the Inventor. All of these are great. The Prey-Upons should be able to eat some things, ideally. Very good. I like this deck a lot. Very strong. We'll probably end up running how many blue? Probably including the... Well, we have 2 double green, and the fact that we have 2 druids, and we have the servant. So really, we can get away with, I think, 6 islands should be fine. It shouldn't hurt our green too much, because 6 islands plus the servant, in case, is 7 sources of blue, which is more than enough. So let's up that by 3, go down to 10. So 10 green, 6 blue. This should be fine. I like this. This looks like a fun deck. I don't think it looks busted, but we have some cheap removal and tricks and all sorts of stuff is going on with this deck. So not the most synergistic deck I've ever played, but this will be a good experiment with Aetherworks Marvel. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you round 1.